There are 1,200 new cases of childhood cancer every year in the UK, meaning 1,200 new families are affected by childhood cancer. And I always say that cancer doesn't just affect the child involved, it affects their families, their friends, the community. It's such a shocking and terrifying thing that's happened to that child. And I found that my family dealt with it a lot harder than I did, because I was in a way kind of in control. I could handle my own suffering. I just dealt with it, whereas my family, they found it very hard because they wasn't in control. They didn't know how to fix me. They couldn't fix me. So, it's just hard for everyone to watch. I just want to point out that cancer, it affects everybody around that child. So I hope you enjoy hearing from some of my amazing family and friends in this video.
Hi, I am Ellie's brother.
I'm Olivia, I'm Ellie's twin.
Hi, I'm Abby and I'm Ellie's best friend, and we've known each other for 4 or 5 years now.
Hey, I'm Harrison. I'm Ellie's cousin.
If you had to give one word to describe how you felt when I was diagnosed, what would that word be?
Sad.
Depressed.
Shock.
Scared.
Why?
It was a Sunday night, I remember it like it was yesterday, and she texted me, and we knew Ellie was ill, but we just didn't know how ill she was. And when she texted me, I literally jumped in the air and screamed. I didn't even know what else to do, and I was so in shock.
Why were you scared?
Because I would have thought I wouldn't be able to see Ellie quite a lot.
Why did you feel depressed?
Because you had cancer and you were in hospital for like a month, and I was here on my own.
I'd had cancer around me before, but we'd never really seen cancer in children before, neither of us, so I was like terrified, and I just had no idea what was going to happen.
Because I was worried about my sister Ellie.
Yep, and why were you worried?
Because I'd worried she won't make it through.
How did your life change when I was diagnosed with cancer?
Everything we knew changed. We knew different people, we were different people. It changes you as a person because you can't pretend it's not there. Like, a lot of people ran away and I knew I couldn't, because I wouldn't run away, but it changes to the way you perceive other people as well. Like, everything can be dangerous, and
that I know someone now that's had cancer, and like I've never known someone to have it before. Mum wasn't at home as much.
And how did that make you feel?
A little sad.
What was it like to see me in hospital for the first time?
It was so difficult.
all of a sudden she couldn't do anything.
Because you're just such like a sporty and outgoing person, but you're just sat and confined to a bed for ages.
And when you're like, your life can change in literally like one word, and it did, and that is the scariest thing ever. Changing in one word.
Was it scary seeing all those cancer kids in the ward?
Yeah, like I remember the girl opposite you, I can't remember what her name was, but she looked so sick, and I remember sitting there and just looking at her and I was like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Eye-opening. It is so surreal walking into that ward. Like, in that ward, when you walk on, you get cots for like really young babies, and that freaks you out more than anything else. And
also you hear a lot of stories about kids with your cancer relapsing, which is really, really scary.
A lot of them like didn't have hair, and a lot of them looked a lot more sick than Ellie did. And there was a point where Ellie looked a lot more sick than some of them there did, and that was really scary.
And do you want to be a scientist when you're older?
Yeah.
Why do you want to be a scientist when you're older?
To cure cancer.
I'm a lot more appreciative of things now, and I kind of get when people are in difficult situations, and I'm more willing to help people. And also I have learnt that even if you have a little bit of a cold, you have to go out there and do what you got to do, because Ellie went through cancer and she did it, so I can do it with a little bit of a cold.
How did it make you feel to go up to the hospital all the time?
I guess happy.
Happy to see me, but was it scary seeing all those other cancer kids?
It just what's the word I'm trying to get now? It makes you realise how bad that disease is.